Hey,
Yo
what's
mama. Yo mama.
that's always funny.
I just got in the game.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Actually, I'm in testing the patch for a bit here first. So
Oh, okay.
new build. They fixed a lot of bugs. They're almost there. So we still can see tomorrow or Friday. I posted some information in members chat about the events.
Okay. Yeah, I'm reading it right now. So there's going to be so it says 1 to 5 Overdrive Initiative. When
Yep.
are they going to release 5?
We've already done 5. There are 5 phases.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There were 5 phases that we did and completed. That's why you don't see any more Overdrive Initiative coming up. And then
Okay.
phases 6 and 7 are what's coming.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they did say one of the phases, the number 5, they're gonna keep running with 323 because apparently there was a bug and a lot of people weren't able to finish it, which that doesn't make any sense. It should have been
we know that.
yeah, but it should have been Incursion, not the first phase.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I just happened to finish it because someone else finished it after I died.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Yep.
But
I just came online, so because I just got back from the vet. Puppy, she has more than an ear infection. She's got bad ear infection that's really
oh,
bad, and the treatments that we give her haven't been working, which is why we took her in. But apparently, she's got not only a yeast infection in her ears, but she's got 2 other viruses at the same time that are in there, which is why my treatments weren't working. And then she
okay.
also just got over a month, 4 weeks of bleeding all over the frickin' place for being in heat, which we've never seen before from her.
Right.
Like that. I mean, we're talking like dead body, raunchy smell, blood's just bad.
Yeah.
And we've
Yeah.
had to give her
Holy crap.
we've had to give her baths twice a week just to clean out her hoo-hoo. Oh my god! And for a long-haired German Shepherd, it gets in the hair. Yeah. So it turns out she's been dealing with a lot more than we realized. But she finished her cycle finally last week, and still we knew something was still going on, but we couldn't do anything until this week, obviously.
Right.
So it was weird because they took 2 syringes and shot this goop in both ears. Why, that was fun. And then she's got some other meds. It's like, holy crap. But, you know, good news is she's up to 89 pounds.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, especially because she has a pancreas problem, so she doesn't absorb food properly.
Right.
So she's really thin compared to where she should be as a German Shepherd. She should be 3 times her girth. But she's thin because of that. But the fact that she put on 20 pounds in just about 6 weeks is pretty good. But
Yeah.
she has to go in twice more over the next 2 weeks. So.
Well, at least it's looking up.
Yep. Yep. I'm, glad that I was smart enough to realize that once she came off of heat and that nothing was clearing up still, because we figured it was tied to her being in heat because of those symptoms. And so I
Right.
knew that taking her to the vet now wouldn't do any good, because in many cases when a dog goes in heat, they'll get yeast infections.
Right.
Little did we know it was more than that, but as soon as she stopped being in heat, and 5 days now, and we were still having problems like that, I knew something else was wrong. So.
Mm.
whatever the goop was that they filled her ears with worked, so she hasn't been scratching or itching them at all.
Oh, nice.
And it was to the point she was drawing blood by herself with her nails.
Oh, yeah. Because they think that they think it's still there, so they keep scratching. And
Yep. Yeah, and I was using the stuff that we normally use, which was fine. It actually gave her some relief, but the relief didn't last very long, maybe overnight. And then the next day, her ears would just get all pussy. I was like, oh man.
Wow.
So that's when I called him 2 days ago when that happened. I said, there's something wrong. I got to bring her in because my treatments aren't working. And they were shocked when they came back with the blood test. They're like, oh my God. The vet was like, this is rare.
Only your dogs.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought it was probably related to her pancreas and stuff, but they said, no, this is probably because you keep giving her baths, believe it or not. I'm like, really? And I said, yeah, she gets, you're giving her baths, well, that water and shower, because the bath and shower type, that water will splash up and get in her ears. And from her being in heat, that bacteria finds it nice and warm in there.
Ah.
And that's how the yeast infection started. And then, of course, the bacteria just feasted on that, so it just compounded the problem. There's the yeast infection plus two other types of bacteria. And we're like, oh man.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, never had this before. None of my German Shepherds have ever had this before. Then again, what is she barking at? Hold on, I gotta change my cameras. Wrong remote. Damn it. I don't see anything. Usually about this time of day, it's the deer.
Oh yeah.
We had a herd of them that walked right across the front of the house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's an everyday occurrence. We have a lot of wildlife: cougar, fox, wolves, coyotes, moose, elk, obviously white-tailed deer, turkey, eagles, and Mr. Bear.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Here, want to see Mr. Bear?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get back out of menu here.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in the test. Hold on a second. Let me pull up my channel. No, that's part one. There's two parts. Here's the first part. Open a new tab. Open a new tab. I think it was two different cameras. Here's the first part.
So it says we get to keep the medium. We get medium armor, right?
Yep.
So what about the heavy armor?
I don't know. They didn't say anything, so I'm thinking we don't get to keep it unless you've stored it in long-term persistence. If you stored it, then we'll get to keep it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's at Area 18 stored.
It just won't be attributed to our account for permanent ownership once the game goes to live release, of course. Watch behind the track. Now look at you see my tractor. Look behind the tractor in this video.
Okay.
It'll give you an idea how big this freaking bear is. And then I'll post the second link. And you'll get a better.
Looking for
Links in general discussion.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm looking for. General. There it is.
Ignore the clock because that's off, wrong. Let me get the other link.
Oh my God, that is a big bear.
Yep. And here's one, number 2. He comes out. Look at the size of him compared to my woodsheds on number 2. And then I come walking up, not realizing he's walking down the freaking pathway. Just moseying on down, not a care in the world.
Yeah, see. He just... He doesn't have any cares. He just...
But look at his,
chilling.
he's even almost down, all the way down. That's like a quarter of a mile. And look at his size still compared to the sheds.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking for him. Had no clue that he was down there until I looked at the cameras.
Like he's taking up most of the pathway.
Yep. And that's a truck. That pathway is big enough for a truck.
So, right. Holy crap. That's big.
That's a big ass bear.
That is. That is a big ass bear.
Yeah, it is. Monster. He lives on the backside of the property. Up on one of our bluffs.
Oh, as long as he leaves y'all let bygones be bygones, I'm sure it's no big deal.
Yeah, I don't kill if I don't have to.
Right.
Just a second, let me finish taping. 60.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, we get possums and stuff like that. We don't get huge bears.
Yeah, we got more wildlife here than in Wisconsin than people realize. All over, but we take care of our wildlife. We don't just assume, even if they attack someone, we don't just go out and kill them because they attack someone.
Right.
What we'll do is we'll trap them and test them for rabies and stuff like that. If they don't have, they're re-released in a different part of the state. But we don't just kill them because somebody was dumb enough to get too close, especially when it's breeding time, and especially when it's breeding and rut time, because they're gonna protect their cubs, no matter what animal it is.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. By the way, did you notice the plantation pine that we logged out last year?
And which one?
Either one shows the pine.
It
shows all that pine is planted.
Oh, okay.
We call it plantation pine, planted in rows, and it's 130 foot tall, each of those trees.
Oh wow!
And we logged all of them out because that plantation pine is junk pine that these freaking loggers, they log out the hardwoods, walnut, oak, hickory, maple, and they're required to replace the trees, except they plant this shit pine stuff in rows like that as their replacement. And I think the law needs to be changed so that they're required to replace with what they took.
Yeah.
And, but we had to take it down because the 130-foot tall trees started snapping off and hitting sheds, did damage to the one workshop, and both our insurance and the DNR, which is the Department of Natural Resources here, they came in and said, you got to get these out of here. So all the plantation pine went, and we went around the smaller maples, so they're all growing naturally. We've got some oak that has started growing again naturally. We're going to put in some walnut yet and some hickory to fill in some of the gaps now, but all of that's gone. All that pine. I mean, it looked gorgeous back here with it, but it's a lesson I learned. I'd never bought a home before. I'd gotten property, but I never had bought a home until I came home from the military 10 years ago. And I learned 2 lessons. Never buy a house in the middle of a Wisconsin winter, and never buy a house that looks beautiful because of plantation pine. The first one, 4 feet of snow, whatever is on the ground, covers up a lot that you don't see until spring shows up. That was the first lesson. The second lesson was obviously the pine. These yahoos that built this house, they literally had the pine right up next to the house even. I mean, they thinned it out around the house so you could actually walk around, but they had 3 monster trees right in the front yard at the house, and then all the way around the garage. I mean, it took some skill for these guys to bring those trees down. They brought in the big tracked machines, and this guy used that arm and that machine like he was an expert, and he was able to cut them down with no damage to the house at all or any of the buildings, even though some of those pines were like 6 inches from the house. I mean, it was pretty impressive, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah, I was impressed thoroughly.
Oh, yeah.
Here, let's see here. Yeah, right here, in fact, is exactly what they were using. I do have a picture of it. Let's see, copy image address. I'll post it in the same place.
Okay. Oh, okay. I've seen those.
Yeah. They can pick these trees up, just like you see there, and not only can they cut them at the base and then flip them where they need to go so they don't hit anything, but they also shuck that log then through and cut it into 12-foot sections, all in one go. And some of they took out a couple of dead oaks and stuff, and he just went through and cut them in 18-inch chunks, and then I had to split them. I mean, it was just slick as shit. So that was pretty cool to see. Yeah, they cleaned out 10 acres of pine in about 5 days. And now, so then, since then, it's been the cleanup, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. Which I've had to do by myself with my little old tractor.
Your little old tractor that could, huh?
Yep. Oh, my dealer, he's like, you realize that you're using this tractor for more than what most people that buy them even contemplate using them for? Because it's actually my second one.
We have a tractor. Yeah, we have a tractor like that. We used to use it for pushing aircraft around.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a 2032 diesel.
Yep, that's what we had.
Yeah. So, good-sized tractor, but small enough for small property like this, the 10-acre property. And then, of course, bigger tractors for the bigger properties. But for this one, it's perfect. And I use it like it's a full-grown monster-sized tractor, and they're just like
that's what we used to do.
Well, they're shaking their head at me because I'm like using this thing in ways that they're like, they can't believe it hasn't broken down because of what I've used it for.
Oh yeah, we used our 2032 for moving MiG-15s, A-26s. I mean, big, huge airplanes,
Yep.
and this thing will, you throw it into 4-wheel drive, it'll
Yep.
it'll push anything.
Yep.
Almost.
Yep. Yeah, I push and pull. I've used that thing with a grapple on the front, and picked up oak 8-foot sections that it actually bent the tines on the grapple, but the tractor picked them up. I mean, it was interesting driving a tractor on only 2 wheels, the front 2 and a balanced. I mean, I've done stuff with that thing that it's like, holy shit. So I go a little bit more easy on it now, but
Yeah. So I've been watching some of the YouTubes about 323. They say that it's actually getting playable.
yeah, slowly. Let's see. Nasadam asking about the phases.
Oh. If he still needs some help getting his phases done.
That's what he's asking, if people can help tonight, because he's going to be gone until Monday. So tonight's his last chance to.
Yeah.
He's not going to get them all done tonight, though.
Yeah. Which ones does he got to do still?
Phase 3, 4, and 5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The 3 and 4 is probably not an issue, but 5.
Yep.
It's going to be a doozy.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think he's going to. No, 5 is the cargo one. 4 is the one that's Korea.
Oh. Is 4 to Korea?
Yeah, because 5 is the 3 cargo boxes.
So which one is the incursion?
3.
3, okay.
Phase 3. Because phase 1 is just the bunkers. Phase 2 is the battles where you get the key card.
Right.
Phase 3 is the incursion. Phase 4 is the Korea. And phase 5 is the 3 boxes mission.
And we did that a while back.
Yep. Yep. The rest of us are done.
Yeah, because I don't even have no overdrive coming up.
Right.
No priorities.
Yep. That's how you know you're finished.
And let me tell you, it is such a nice feeling to not see those damn banners coming up.
Yep.
God, I wish these things would frickin' sort. I have shit everywhere.
I know. That's one thing I'm definitely tired of, that they are neglecting. I just don't know why.
It's a pretty simple thing too.
Yep.
That's what's the crazy thing here.
Yep. Well, it was just like originally, the kiosks that we buy and sell stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
You know how now you can select 5 or 10 to buy?
Mm-hmm.
Up until 3 years ago, we didn't have that. We had to click for every single purchase.
Yep.
That was
I remember that.
I mean, that was another common sense. What the fuck are you people thinking of?
I used to hate that, especially if I collected a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
And then I was gonna sell it all. It's like, oh God.
Well, and not only that, it was the fact that they were told and knew about it, and they just refused to add those simple, quality of life capabilities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beyond comprehension.
Yeah, it's definitely up there.
Oh wait, so they've updated something here. Oh, they clarified some more. Hold on. Let's see.
All right.
Copy. I just clarified it in Evocati. Come on, pull up my Discord. Let's see. Edit. I'm going to add it to the first message.
Okay. I love how when you drop things on the floor, it puts them directly on top of each other each time you drop something.
Yeah. All right. I just edited that with a bunch of new information.
Okay. See here, general.
I forgot to bring up my Twitch stream video, and who was it? Thanks for the follow. I forgot to bring up my monitoring of the stream because I was shooting the shit with you. Well, somebody just followed, so that's why I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So I appreciate it. What the hell?
Okay, where is this thing here? That's not it. Members chat?
What are you looking for?
There it is. Okay, I found it.
Okay. Also, for those in chat in the stream, sometimes if you type, it might take me a bit to see your chat because I have to look at another machine. So I'm not ignoring you. It takes time for me to look over sometimes because I'm engrossed in what I'm doing. And the people in the conversation you hear are other org members for USNC. Well, what the hell? Did you go into reset? Right now I'm streaming 323 because I'm working on a patch test. Uh-oh. What the hell?
Okay, so that's the sixth one.
I know what's wrong. Duh. That ain't working either. Oh, that's 2. Where's the first? There it is. Alright, so far I haven't crashed again. Wow, my ping is jumping all over. 219?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for somebody that has a normal 32 millisecond ping to this game, that's quite the jump. Yeah, that's broken still. Yeah, this patch still has some issues. And performance sucks. They must have turned on a bunch of logging for this patch. So I'm not going to stay in it for too long. I'll come into live here shortly.
Okay.
So why didn't that... There. What the hell? That's not good. Really? Well, that didn't work. Interesting. And so I can't remove that either. Oh, well, there, I got it. All right. The other thing that's annoying is that they keep making us buy consumables. When they originally put them in, it was understood because they wanted people to be testing what they were testing back then. Now,
yeah.
There's no reason that we should be having our consumables deleted every freaking patch. It doesn't make it. There's no logic behind it.
Right.
I mean, we're going to use consumables, period. So why do they keep deleting them all?
Good question. I never understood why they got rid of our ammo and everything. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it was originally for Evocati when we were testing the new, buying and selling 7 years ago, when they first put in these stores and the kiosks, and they put that in because they wanted people to buy and sell every patch. So they put it in to force that loop so they could fix the bugs, but they never took it out.
Sounds like a huge oversight there.
Yeah, a huge something. I don't think it's an oversight because people have brought it up, myself included, more than once since. It goes along with their 15-minute drop you out of the game problem. That auto timeout, auto logout.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that one. Even if you're doing something, sometimes it'll drop you out.
Yep. Yep.
I never understood that. Like, it doesn't recognize some things as activity.
Yep. I mean, I understand why they have it. That makes perfect sense. But they need to set it to something reasonable, 45 minutes, half hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's long enough to take care of kids or the bathroom break or dogs or whatever.
Go eat. Go eat something.
Exactly. I mean, if you can't do it between a half hour and 45 minutes, then you need to log off. Because otherwise you're just wasting their resources. But right now it's like 10, 15 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And I wrote in and said, I'm tired of it because you want me to write IC reports for all these bugs I find, and yet you log me out while I'm freaking writing your bug report. I said, and it's getting to be, to the point I don't want to write IC reports anymore because you just log my ass out. So maybe that'll wake somebody up.
There you go.
And you watch. They'll actually have read that, and somebody will make the change here soon.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to leave this server because I can't get rid of the bottle. It keeps appearing back in my hand after I drop it.
Oh, that just means your server's probably... You're in live, right?
Yep, I'm in live, but...
Your server's probably in reset.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it keeps on... I drop the bottle,
yep.
And then it's back in my hand.
Yep, that's your server's in reset. That's what that is.
I forgot to drink and eat before I left because it was so late.
Yeah.
And I was drinking and eating, and then I put my helmet back on. Okay, that's fine. But now I can't get the bottle out of my hand.
Figures. Let's see. Yeah, just give it some time, and you'll finally be able to get rid of it. Try. You can also try putting it in your backpack first, and once you can get it into your backpack, then you should be able to drop it.
Okay.
Or local too.
Oh, that looked like that worked.
There. Now try to drop it.
Oh yeah. I just dropped it. Okay. I dropped it out of my backpack.
Yep, your server was in reset.
Hmm.
But once I go to live, you'll probably want to come out and join on my server anyway, just because if the server's in reset, it's probably.
Oh yeah, I'm already ahead of you. I'm getting out and going back to menu.
Yeah, because it's probably going to continue to have more problems.
Yeah, I'm ready to go though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, you got to give me a little bit here because I've got to finish testing these things.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm just going to work on making some money so I'm not completely broke on 323 drops.
Yep, that's what I planned on doing too. Let's see, Redeemer, deliver. Damn this thing.
So when does Nos want to do his missions?
Let me see if he answered. May I ask for help tonight to complete the rest of the chain? Because he'll be away till Monday.
Yeah. Because I'm game. I'll help out.
He just said tonight. He didn't say a time. I just sent him a message about it, though. All right.
Okay.
I sent that. Try this. At least they finally got the Mobi-Glass centered. That was annoying.
Oh, you're talking about in the new...
yeah, in 323, it was skewed off to the right. So you couldn't see the whole thing.
I have yet to get on 323.
Yeah. Are you a subscriber?
Yeah.
What about a concierge?
Yeah.
You should have.
I'm part of the chairman's club, so.
Oh, yeah, then you've got access.
Yep.
Easiest.
I know I got access. I just haven't had time because I was trying to do the missions.
Gotcha. Yeah, just for you, just the easiest thing to do is make a copy of your live directory and then patch it.
Yeah.
ADV5s, unequip. Unequip. Unequip.
Now I gotta outfit my M2. Get it set up.
Yeah. Although that'll all change with the patch.
Yeah, true.
The good thing is that it'll just all be put back in your local inventory, as long as it's home.
Right.
And I'm going to keep repeating that every time somebody says something.
Oh yeah. No, I'm going back to ArcCore every time I log out.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to avoid somebody coming in and saying, "I thought you said it'd save everything." I did. It did. No, it didn't. Were you back at your home? No. Well, guess what? And then I expect others to step in and say, "Yeah, he told us, not ad nauseum." Over and over and over again.
He beat it into our heads.
Yep. Now that is a surprise. I never noticed that before. They did not upgrade the turrets. Huh. Wonder why. Huh. unless they're doing it by ship as they go through their reworks. Then again, Corsair's not that old.
What are they doing?
Oh, the turret, like the main guns on every ship in 323 have been reworked. So if your ship had size 5 gimbals, then your ship now can carry size 5 weapons.
Oh, okay.
I CTD'd again.
Now, is that one of those things where you can take the gimbals off?
No. Nope. So basically, the gimbal's size 5, your weapon can be size 5.
Oh, okay. So they basically made it to where the ship comes with gimbals, you can't remove them.
Correct.
Hmm. Well, interesting for all the people who are gotten used to not using gimbals.
Yep. Well, that's why some of us have also been saying it's like SIG's dumbing the game down to an arcade game.
Yep.
And it's sad because their whole premise is we want to slow down combat so people aren't strafing and jousting each other, blah, blah, at high speeds and whatever. And I immediately responded to him and said, simple. Add G-forces, actual G-forces, inertia, momentum, gravity, heat. And guess what? People, and also ship damage. You know, the way people flip their ships around now, just inertia combined with the G-forces would snap their
should tear that ship apart.
Exactly. And it's like, nope, instead they did this master mode shit. All right, enough of that. I CTD'd 3 times, that's enough. Going to live. Meet you at the menu if you want to set a new server.
Okay. Yeah, I'm already at menu.
But yeah, it's
at menu.
Yep. I mean, it's just I don't understand their thought process in that. If you want to slow down the dogfighting, great, but do it, you know, with legit game mechanics, because now they've pretty much removed any skill level needed for fighting in a ship.
Oh yeah.
And FPS combat is also easier because of that crosshairs they put in. It negates. You could basically fire your sniper rifle from the hip now and hit your target because you have a nice crosshair showing up all the time. You don't even need to freaking aim.
That seems like a wall. Yeah, that seems like a wall hack or something.
No, yeah, it does. But no, it's part of the game now. I mean, they just.
Oh wow.
And I even said, you know, why are you dumbing the game down to arcade? What happened to the thing you guys touted when this project was started about you're not going to do skills like an RPG does, you know, strength and dexterity and all that. Instead, you're going to rely on a player's skill. You win or lose based on your own ability to fly or fight or whatever, or escape. And they've taken that all away now. It's like, what the hell are they doing? I mean, it boggles the mind. I don't get it. And I'm not alone. There's a lot of people asking the same thing. Of course, you got the fanboys that are, oh, I love Master. It's great. It's awesome. Blah. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, right. They're only saying that because they think that that's what they need to say.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's a few features in it that are nice, but you don't destroy everything for just a couple features, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, whoever thought up this mode change that takes 4 or 5 seconds, on top of dropping your shields and your defensive weapons, that is just the most stupid thing I've ever heard of. And every military person that I've talked to says the same thing. It absolutely is nuts, ridiculous. It just, there's no justification at all that they can make that makes that any sensible option.
Yeah.
None. And with doing that on top of it, now missiles are pretty much worthless because by the time you have to fire them at range, and by the time they hit the guy out there, maybe drop a shield, by the time you get to him at the speeds we have now, his shields are back up. So, you know.
Yeah, it makes the missiles pointless.
Right, and you get into this dogfight range that SIG wants, of course you can't fire missiles. It's just, I think it's part of the problem is you've got developers also doing the designing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the biggest mistake you could make for a game this size. Designers should be designing and developers coding, period.
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know.
And the rest of it should be technical advisors.
Yep, exactly. And the ironic thing is, like 5 years ago, SIG actually came to some of us and asked if we'd volunteer to be technical advisors for things like weapon handling and stuff, because we were military. Mm-hmm. And we're like, sure, no pay. We volunteered, no pay, no, didn't have to worry about any of that. And then they decided not to, because they had an expert. Well, yeah, I won't go on air and say what we know now about that expert, but I think you heard part of the conversation about him.
Yeah.
He was the one that claimed humans can't walk sideways up steps. And it's just unbelievable.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I had posted a message after that I got 3 days suspension for.
Oh, wow.
The only time I've ever been suspended, because and I even said, I'll bring my kit from real life to your office and show you what humans can do. I mean, I'm like, I said, it's the most ridiculous thing a SIG dev has ever said. It even beat the compass comment, where they on live video said, we don't see any reason you need compasses. But that one, the one going up steps, that was just, a bunch of us were watching live and we about fell out of our chair. It's like, you got to be fucking kidding. It's just, and the weapon handling is better in terms of weapon handling itself, but it's still wrong. It's still not fully correct. And it's and then you get the detractors again when you complain. The detractors, well, you're just one of those that just wants everything to be completely, fully auto-realistic to real life and all that kind of shit. No, I don't. I want it to be believable, though.
Yeah.
And right now, a lot of stuff it's not believable.
Here's the thing. It's a space game. One, we're so far from this game right now in real life that it's laughable.
Yep.
So realism is not necessarily possible because we don't know how this would all play out in realistic, terms.
Right.
But believable is definitely possible.
Right. And it doesn't have any bearing on a lot of things in terms of gameplay directly, other than like using cover, you go into cover so you don't get shot dead, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Some of that,
exactly.
but that's a type of realism thing that should exist.
Right. Exactly. It's proven to work.
Yeah. And it makes no sense. And now I can't get out of freaking bed.
I just now got out of bed. It took me a while.
Well, I'm stuck in it.
Now I can't get out of I keep trying to click on the door and the door don't want to open.
I think the back end must be FUBAR. Well, so much for playing tonight if that's the case.
It keeps going. It goes green and it goes blue, then it goes green.
Yep.
And it goes blue, then it goes green.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? I was stuck in a damn tab.
I think the
this is the kind of stuff that just gets on your nerves.
On your last nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm stuck in a room. I can't get out.
Yep. I think we're screwed. We're on 010. We're on one of the original shards.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 010.
I guess I could kill myself and get teleported out that way.
Yeah, I just asked, and somebody just said the only time something works is when the reset completes, and then it's resetting again. So the live servers are foobar. Because I guarantee I'll look even. Yeah, there's not a single SIG online. So nobody's monitoring them again either.
Good Lord.
Yep.
I was looking forward to making some creds.
Oh, crap. Yeah, that's what I was going to do, too. Because I have some refinery jobs done as well. Well, so much for that. That sucks. I better let Nas know. Oh, shit. Oh, so much for that. No Kingdom Come yet. Nope. But looks like I'm going to have to pick something else to do then. Shit.
Oh, we could always try backing out and try another server.
Yeah, we could try one more time, I guess. Hold on.
Not that it'll actually work or make it better, but
let's see if I
try, I guess.
Let's see. See if this guy's got 12. Either he got a new server or his server is so bad that everybody's left it. And I'm betting it's probably Where is APE?
What the hell?
That ain't gonna work.
It's moving me somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like it's shit. We're not gonna be able to play on this one. No wonder nobody's on it. It's South China Sea. That's why, and my ping just shot up to 262. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work either. That explains why nobody's on it.
Yeah.
Oh, what we'll do is we'll go back to the menu once we load in, and then I'll specifically select USA and we'll try again.
All right. I'm exiting the menu.
Yeah, I'm still loading.
Okay, I'm at menus.
Still
loaded me in pretty quick, but it wouldn't let me get out of the bed. I'll show you that much.
There, I'm just finally coming in. Well, at least it'll let me out of bed this time. All right. Now, exit the menu. Try one more time. After that, I'm done. Which reminds me.
Okay, I'm quitting the game. Do we need to get out of the party?
No.
Okay. Quit the game. Quit the launcher.
Oh, you did anyway.
Yeah, as soon as I leave that's what I was saying. Do we need to do that, leave the party before?
No, we only have to do that if we get a 30K.
Oh, okay.
Because a 30K interrupts the connection, so you want to reset it. But
okay.
Yeah, no, for this we don't have to leave.
I thought it wouldn't give us another server, it'd just keep us putting us on the same server.
No, there's other tricks you use, like different regions, changing the number of people in the party. There's only 2 of us though, so we can't do that.
Right.
Trying to join on another person that is in your party, which is what I did, except they're in South China. I think the server's in Hong Kong, which for the life of me, I do not understand why SIG did that. It's like unbelievable. Then again, well, I'm not going to say since I'm streaming right now, but
yeah, I get where you're going with it. All right. Oh, I'm still in the party. All right, I'm at the menu.
okay. Launch. Wow, we already are USA. That's interesting. Why in the hell did we get sent to China?
Mm-hmm.
I've already got USA's chosen. I'm going to select best. See what happens. USA 1C.
Right.
Wow, from 10 to 370.
Now let's pray that it's a good one.
Somebody just pinged Discord. Who was it?
Hmm?
Oh, Nostam. Okay.
Oh, you returned the message.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little better. And actually get out of the bed and open up the door. Hey, cool. I can open up the door.
Look at that. I actually got out of bed.
All right. We're 2 for 2 right now. I got out of bed and I opened up the door.
Yep, me too. Server's running about an average of 6.5.
Elevators are responsive.
Yeah, it's looking good so far. We'll just have to see if it holds.
Wood.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. All right.
Man, I hit 500 users. Now I'm back to 498 again. Yeah, that figures. God, I hate that. Get to the tram and it leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Should I tell him he can contact you about helping if he's able to get in?
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to see him on Discord unless I log out of the game, or not log out, but tab out of the game. But he can contact me in the game.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily. Careful, doors are now closing.
Yeah, because I'll be in and out. I won't be able to concentrate on helping him much.
Right.
Because I got other stuff the wife and I got to deal with too. So I'll be taking a break here and there. And I don't want that to get in the way of trying to help somebody.
Right, yeah.
I wonder if the forecast is the same. Let me check. So what's nice about I have a NOAA reporting weather station on my property that I put in, and it actually reports to NOAA. And here's the kicker about it: you can watch the news around here or look at websites for the weather report. And my own weather station here that reports is 99% more accurate than all of them. We'll literally get reports of, you're going to get a half an inch of snow, and we'll get 2 feet, or we're not going to get any snow, or we're going to get 2 feet and we don't get any, or it's almost like everything's opposite. Our weather station calls it, and that's what we're going to get.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the weirdest freaking. So I have a lot of friends and neighbors that now use my weather station as their go-to for weather. And even they are just like, what the hell? The news guy said it was going to be bright and sunny, and it's freaking thunderstorms. What the hell's going on? Like, I have no idea. But it's been so. I can only remember one time that the forecast wasn't quite accurate, but it wasn't far off. But
right.
it said like we would get 2 inches, and I think we got 8 inches or something. That kind of thing. Oh wait, I remember now. That was when we had major flooding 4 years ago, but it was because the temperature exceeded what the forecast was, even on my weather station, and we had 4 feet of snow melt in 24 hours.
Oh,
And
wow.
pretty much the entire southern half of Wisconsin flooded out, including my hometown, which has it's not even a floodplain, and it flooded out. That was bad. That year our state it was like the whole state, just God poured 12 feet of water everywhere. It was bad. Farmers' fields, everything, all washed out. Not washed out, but covered in water, so no planting could take place, nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was bad that year. But that was weird because it's never. Oh shit! Now I got a freeze warning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out and cover my onions. Winter onions are called. and they bloom in the spring. Problem is, they bloomed a little bit too early apparently because it's going to be 32 degrees tonight. Let's see, 62 and sunny tomorrow, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, rain, which is good. We need it. Well, shit. I'm gonna have to go outside.
We were supposed to have rain. You were supposed to have rain today, but now it's looking like being pushed till tomorrow.
Well, damn. That frickin' means it's gonna kill tree budding too. Son of a bitch. There just went a bunch of apple crops and everything else. What is this they keep talking about? Global warming? Shit.
Is that a thing?
Well, that's what they say. That's what they are building all these EVs for, because global warming, oh my God, the sky's falling, global warming's going to kill us all. You know what's foolish is climate change has happened for millions of years that this planet's been around.
Oh, yeah.
Mankind wasn't even here. And when you ask somebody on that side how the Earth ever survived climate change before mankind was even here, they don't want to talk. They want to, they walk away.
Yeah.
It's like people are daft in the head, and I'll tell them that to their face. Boy, they don't like that either.
Oh no.
But it's, you use science and fact, which they claim to use. They deny it then. No, that's not true. No, it's not happening. And then the next part of the argument is, okay, let's say that climate change is real based on what you say.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do about it? Because you can't stop it. It's not like we can tell the Earth to alter its patterns with the sun and stuff, which is the cause of climate change. Well, we mankind cause it. We don't cause climate change any more than you can take the sun and the moon and move them to a different part of the galaxy.
Right.
It's our pollution. I said, well, now you're talking true. We do pollute our environment. That's a localized environmental issue. That's not climate change.
Yep.
It's like, I said, so let's say climate change, though, is real. It's really happening. And it could be. We can't do shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
Which means what we should be doing, if climate change is actually occurring as one of its natural cycles, is we should be preparing for it.
Right.
And that's not by making EVs and that other bullshit. I mean preparing for it like survival. Because if we're in a cycle, that means the glaciers are going to be rocking the upper half of the planet again. Everything will be gone, scraped to dust by glaciers that are miles high. And by the time that happens, you'll be long dead by hundreds of years anyway. Because you get some people, then they'll start freaking out. Well, then we only have 10 or 20 years. You dumbass. It takes hundreds of years for glaciers to move to get someplace like that. It's not something that happens in 24 hours. You watch too many movies. I do wish we could fix our pollution problem, though. But greed wins.
That's one of those things where, we could have fixed it a long time ago, but no one really cared enough to even worry about it.
Yep. Yeah, greed took over.
Mm-hmm.
And it still rules today.
Yeah.
Sadly.
In fact, that is one of the main reasons that the original communism won't work for us, because we're greedy. We always want what someone else has.
Yep. Well, communism would work. It'd just be that those in power, the elites, would have the power.
Yeah, exactly. but that's what I'm saying. Greed would take over. The way communism is supposed to be that, everyone doesn't have more than the other person.
Right. But all the power is with the elites at top.
Yep. And that's the greed I'm talking about.
Right. It's how do I put it? It's the hell. ADV5s. Why do I have ADV5? Oh, because they're ADV5s, dumbass. Forgot what I was going to say because I got distracted here. Well, all naked women will do that to you.
There you go.
Nah, I'm joking. Although it would be nice. Anyway, enough of that. ADV4. So I do have slot 4, Revenant. Change that puppy out. Okay, so 6s, 5s. Where's the other 6? It's got to be that one.
I noticed something interesting about the F-7C. When you take and put that turret on top,
yeah,
you lose your ability to carry cargo.
Yep.
Completely. You never get it back.
Oh, that's a bug then.
Yeah, I just noticed that because
Did you try
to get that back?
Try swapping out the other turrets, using the other turrets available, and see if you can get it back that way. See if it's just stuck for that one type of turret, or if putting in a different turret type will revert it and fix it properly.
I never thought about that one. Is there another turret that can go at the top?
Yeah, the 2-weapon, the default one.
Oh, that's the one I had up there.
Oh, I thought you swapped it out for the big one.
No, I didn't have the big ball turret.
Oh. Well then, what did you do that caused it to actually stop having?
I put the one with the 2 size 2s on it, and when I took it off, the cargo was gone. Cargo pod was gone, basically.
Oh, okay. So you did swap the turret.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
swapped
the turret.
Swap back to the other one. See what happens. I'm going to do it on one of mine right now, too, just to see if I can reproduce it.
Yeah, because it was, I just noticed it. I was like, wait, this thing never came back. What the hell?
Well, where did you find the turret?
Over at Dumpers Depot in our ArcCorp.
I didn't realize they had put them in.
Hold on. I'm headed back to Dumpers Depot right now. Okay, let's see here. Gotta eat something.
From all of us at Microtech, welcome to the new Babbage Interstellar Spaceport. From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment, be sure to visit New Babbage's renowned promenade.
That's a bug. Yeah, I was able to just swap the turret out with a weapon
Looking for a good time?
Mhm.
Be sure to visit
without a
Monk's
turret.
Promenade.
Just put a weapon there.
But it doesn't come back to the cargo.
Well, I can't check that at the moment, but what I am doing is here. Let me record this. Just hold on a second. Let me put the
Okay.
weapons back on. All right. Record. Quick bug. I wanted to record it so you could see. I was just messing around with the F8 turret. I've just got a couple of badgers on it right now. I just found a bug. If I select the turret, I can actually mount another weapon, and the turret goes away. And you can see the model of the weapon kind of pop up and out as I move the ship around. But it's not mounted to anything. It's just there. So that's a bug. Interesting. So there I found another bug, all testing your theory. Which is fine, that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of travel? Why not rest at the Nest's newly renovated accommodations? Located downtown in the luxurious Aspire Grand.
Oops.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items. Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval
Now I'm going to go
System.
see if it's got an inventory.
For the latest updates on ship availability and gate assignments, please use one of the conveniently
The
located
officer,
buttons.
your vehicle has been...
Hold on, dogs are going nuts.
Okay. Be at the center mass then.
Evening, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Not too much. Understand somebody needs some help tonight with missions?
Yeah, Nos does. I finished mine, so.
Yeah, I'm up to date with
Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to track down a bug that's on my F7C. If you take him, yeah, if you put a turret on the dorsal of the ship,
Yeah.
and then you take that turret off, you no longer have the cargo compartment that was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gone, and it never comes back. It doesn't look like.
I put the double turret on first, didn't like it, took it off and put the single turret on.
Yeah,
Didn't
but if
check-
you take
for
that,
cargo.
yeah, but if you take that turret off, it'll be just a hole in the F7C. Yeah.
Oops. Don't particularly care. Not going to be hauling cargo with it.
True. It's just a bug I noticed. Because, there might be someone who
Wants
wants to do that. Yeah, wants to do that.
Or there might be missions that you have to take an FHC to pick up some special cargo or something to deliver. That's one of the things that Sig said.
Well, it's still got internal storage, as I recall. I don't recall how much.
Yeah, but
I think it's maybe
yeah, but you can't put mission items in the internal storage. And once the ship goes through its rework, that internal storage goes bye-bye.
Oh yeah.
If you look at the Saber and the Gladius, you'll see that they've gone through their first rework.
Yeah, never planned to haul stuff with that particular one, but
right. But the reason
I see what you're saying.
Right. I'm just repeating what Sig has said. It's very feasible. The missions that they have, they won't give us details, but there are missions where we may be required to fly a certain type of ship for a certain type of mission and be able to haul whatever it is back to wherever we're supposed to haul it to, or do something with it specific to a mission, that kind of thing.
One of those where you gotta
for them to know about. Sure, get it.
Yeah, you might have to fight your way in with a specific ship, and then.
Yep. Or the hazard level, or whatever. They've got all sorts of stuff that they've talked about.
Yeah, kind of along the same lines. Hit an interesting 30K earlier today. I was sucking down the fourth ship in a salvage run, 30K'd. Brought me back to Babbage. All the cargo was there. I think it even recovered the stuff that was in the hopper. First time round, I sold off what was there, came back, and it filled the grid a second time. Went back and sold that stuff off too.
Interesting.
Was about 4.6 mil.
Yep.
So that's about the right volume for what I had sucked down.
Yep. Sounds like it never saved the record when it initiated 30K disconnection, and by the time it happened, it had stored not only what was already there, but the current load you had when it finally kicked back in, and then it dropped. So in essence, you got two loads.
The only thing I can tell you is this is not the first time something like that's happened.
Right. It happens. It happens to other ships too, for like mining especially. But that's the kind of thing that'll be. Replication layer will be getting rid of 30Ks.
Okay, so I put the ball turret, let's see, it's the C4-160F size 5 Hornet ball turret.
Oh, you're putting the Hornet ball turret in.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a little different.
Yeah, they're both Hornet ball turrets, by the way.
Yeah, that's different.
The dual and the single.
It's not supposed to be. And
This
mine,
one
because mine literally says F8, F8C, and F8A turrets. So there's something else
okay.
going on. Yeah, you got something else going on if you're seeing the Hornet ball turrets. That's the problem.
Yep,
That's the
I
problem.
put the Hornet ball turret on the dorsal of the configurable spot or whatever.
Yep.
And then when I go back to it, if I take that off, I just have a hole in the ship.
Yep. Did you try putting the original turret back on?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then
There wasn't a turret. It was just a
black hole.
It was it was just a cargo area.
Yep. So it's
The
basically
cargo area just disappeared.
Yep. It's wiping out the shader texture. All right. I'll try to repro it and get it written up, because it shouldn't be allowing you to put a Hornet turret or ball turret or anything in there that's Hornet. So that explains why. That's why I couldn't reproduce it first on the F8 I'm flying right now, because I didn't think to even put a.
Well, it's.
In fact,
Is it the F8 you're having problems with?
Yep.
No, it's the F7C.
Oh, F7C. I thought you said F8.
Yeah, no, not the F8.
Oh,
the
my bad.
F7C. If I put a Hornet ball turret
Which
on
you
the
can.
top.
Okay, that you can put on. That is compatible. Yes. So
Right.
you're seeing
but if you take it off, you don't get your cargo.
Okay,
back.
here's what you could try. You could delete your shaders directory and see if it rebuilds it properly. Because it sounds like it's not breaking the game, it sounds like it's breaking the textures. And that would be a shaders compile issue. So what you could do is go ahead and just, if you exit the game, I'll tell you where to go and you can delete them if you want to do that now.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
up to you
fine.
if you want to do it now.
Yeah, let me get out of the game here. Okay, exit the menu. Yeah, it was just weird because I didn't know if that was supposed to be that way or is it supposed to go back to the cargo version when you take the ball turret off.
Well, if it doesn't, you have to put something in there so that you don't see a gaping hole. That is true. I mean, if you don't replace it with something, you're going to see a hole. That's normal.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're seeing the hole, you're putting another turret in there and still seeing the hole, then the texture issues probably, hopefully recompiling shaders will fix that. If not, then I'll write it up.
Yeah, because if I put the turret in, the turret shows, okay?
Uh-huh.
But when I take the turret out,
you get the hole.
I get the hole.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing to put back in there because the cargo module or whatever is just gone.
Well, the cargo module would be in your list. It doesn't automatically install.
Yeah, I know. There is no cargo module for the configurable spot.
Oh, I know what's happening then. Yeah, the shaders are going to probably be part of the problem. That's only a little part, though. You don't own the cargo module. And it actually does not come default with it. It only has a cap. So what's happening is you're putting a turret in, then you're taking the turret out, and it can't find the cargo module to put back in there.
I thought the F7C comes with the cargo module.
Yeah, but it's not in the system yet for that.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so how do I get rid of the shaders?
In the shaders, go into. I got to do this myself. All right, go into users, your name, account name, app data.
All right.
I'm going to local, and I think it's still. Yeah, it is. Under local, look for Star Citizen. Delete the whole directory. And
the whole folder.
Yep, and then it'll recreate that when it'll recreate it basically once you reload the game.
Okay, so now just reload the game like normal?
Yep.
All right.
And it'll recompile those.
I didn't
have to close the launcher for that?
No. The only time you got to close launcher is if you 30K. Because a 30K is a connection issue which the launcher controls. You don't even have to do it per CTD, just for a 30K.
Which hopefully the replication layer,
That
not to see those things go bye-bye.
Yep, you can still get them with replication, but in that case, it is probably your end. Because 30K indicates interruption of connection. So
Okay.
replication layer fixes that for the servers, but you could still get it if your own connection glitches.
Right. Okay.
And I guarantee you there'll be some people that have connection because, you know, a lot of people don't know how to properly set up routers and stuff, and they end up losing connection and blaming it on other things.
Yeah, I had to adjust the MTU for my router.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice because once replications layer does come in, and if people have consistent 30Ks on their machine, we know without a doubt that it's client. Because nobody else will be getting the 30K. Only they will.
I can't join because it says server full.
Just keep trying. Somebody will eventually open up a slot for you.
All right.
Just keep trying. It might take you a few minutes, but if you keep trying, it'll... Because we apparently found a good server. I don't want to take a chance of coming out again.
Yeah, I know that's right.
After the first two.
Yeah, the first two, you couldn't get out of bed or get out the damn room.
Yep. Yep.
So you had a Saturday server, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Malachi was stuck in bed. He couldn't get out. And I could get out of the bed, but I couldn't get out of the room. Every time I'd go to click on the door, it would go blue and then green. Blue and then green. And every time I clicked on it, it would go green. It was like, I can't get out of this room.
And there were other people reporting that issues too. And then it decided to send us to China.
Yeah, that was fun.
Literally.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, because SIG has a new China server in Hong Kong, which I don't understand why they put it in. Yep.
Seriously?
Yep. Don't ask me why. I have no freaking idea. Yeah, I have no idea. But they put one in Hong Kong, and it sent us there, even though my selection was USA. Now, figure that one out. So that was a nice 300 millisecond thing.
Wait a minute. When did they enable this China server, roughly?
About 2 months ago, or approximately, maybe a little longer. Sometime between last fall and now.
The reason I'm asking is because for the longest time I had 030Ks. Just recently it started recurring again.
Yeah, well, the servers are causing them now. We already know that, but SIG's not going to fix them. They've already said they're not going to bother with them. Because we get them in testing. Because we still have branches of 22 that we test different fixes for 323.
Just wondering if the two are concurrent and related.
No, because they don't test off of those. The test servers are in-house in Austin. They're separate servers.
So they're in my neck of the woods then.
Yeah, the game servers are on AWS. But the test servers are all in-house. That's why they run like shit. Plus they're heavily logged and, that kind of stuff for debugging. That's why we laugh every time somebody's all excited about, getting into Evocati to test. Like, they just added 500 new testers because they purged the roles again. And it's hilarious watching these noobs come in. I can't play. Well, dumbass, you're not here to play. You're here to test and write IC reports. Well, how come this is missing and this is missing? Because we're not here to play a game. They give you little sections, and we test that little section, and that's it. You don't go gallivanting off and play in the game like you would in live, because parts aren't there. And these people are like, well, what the hell? What a waste of time. It's like, you dumbass. I mean,
don't you know what you're doing?
Exactly. They do. They seriously think that we're here playing with all the new cool stuff and everybody else has to wait. And that we report a few bugs here and there. It's just been hilarious to listen to some of these guys, and they can't comprehend that they're literally testing a piece, a part that's on a they have different developer build levels that they use. What's the word they use? There's different how do I describe it? It's like train tracks. They have 5 different train tracks of development for the same game, and they take pieces and parts off of each track and add them to another track that gets to the Avocati for testing. But we never get all 5 tracks as one complete build until the very end. So, like today, let's say, for example, yesterday they gave us a build, and in that build, the whatchamacallit worked perfectly. But today's build comes out, and whatchamacallit is broken again, just like it was 2 days ago. That's because yesterday's build, they took the whatchamacallit off of track 2, let's say, and tested it. But today, the build is off of track 4, which doesn't have the track 2 whatchamacallit fix in it.
Right.
So, yeah, these people, they come in, and it's like, what are you doing here then? Because you're not here to play. Yeah, we've had people even accuse us that we get paid secretly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. All sorts of shit.
Okay, so here I am looking at the F7C Mark II.
Yep.
I have the 160F size, I think that's a size 5. It says S5 Hornet ball turret.
Yeah, is that what's installed now?
Yeah.
Okay. And that you loaded up with it installed, right?
Yep.
Okay, so pull it out and save.
Okay, pull it out, save changes, and equip. Okay, that's it. Big old hole.
Okay, so the hole did show up?
Yep, the hole showed up.
Okay, so that's what it's doing. It's looking for that cargo module.
Yep, and it is.
Did you actually pull the ship out and look at it?
Like pull it out. No, I didn't pull it out at the thing. It's in the BLM.
Yeah, it might put a cap on it when you spawn it, but what you could also do is figure out where it's in one of the bases. You can buy the module and install it. I just don't know where, because I own one. So
because I looked at the knickknacks, and I can't find it anywhere.
That's because you don't own it default.
Oh, okay.
And it's a miscommunication between SIG and the backers again. When they released it, they included the cargo module kind of as a default filler placeholder, because they didn't have the turret yet.
Oh, okay.
And so they never really explained to people back then that the turret or the ship does not come with the cargo module, which is why when they sold the Galaxy last year for the first time, the concept, they made it clear that the Galaxy comes empty. No module. And that's why they did that, because of what happened with the Hornet. So,
okay.
I was disappointed that they weren't even going to include a cargo module for the Galaxy, but, it goes along with everything else they've said. It's
that's interesting.
Yep.
It's saying that I can put a remote turret from the hull seat.
Yeah, that's a bug. That's a known bug.
But I can't get the remote turrets off of the hull seat.
Correct. That's just a bug. But you can buy, I think there's 1, 2, someplace you're supposed to be able to buy the cargo module. I know that, but you can also buy the dual turret and the ball turret. and the single size up turret, which allows you to put a massive gun on that thing.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
what I was
If
looking
I remember
for.
right, it's a size
I
5.
couldn't find that one.
I've already got the single and the dual.
Where did you get the single?
Oh God, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Look up your turret number. It's CF-160 something. And then
Mine is C4-160F.
Okay,
Yeah.
stop right there. Just do the first part of it. Do a search in like Urkel for the first part of that, and it should show you the 2 different turrets and where.
Okay.
Yeah, there's actually 3 turrets. The one of them is
There's
supposed to
also
be,
a nose. Yeah.
but the big one, I think that's size 5, if I remember right. It's either a 4 or 5.
It's supposed to be. It will only mount to 4.
Okay. It's supposed to be
But what
5.
it says on it is 5.
Then 323, it'll be a 5.
That's going to be way long. With the 4, the cannon sits right over the top of the canopy.
Yep.
A 5 is going to be level with the nose.
Well,
Wow.
their thing gets rid of gimbals. Although that's not actually considered a gimbal, is it? So it might stay 4.
Yeah, it's going to be seriously oversized if they do allow the 5. But I would be willing to try it out.
Yeah. They'll probably leave it a 4. I should go check. Well, I can't get into the damn build without crashing.
Really?
Yep.
I had 0 problems logging in.
No, I don't mean logging in. I mean getting into the game to test it. Today's patch. You get in.
You mean avocado?
Yeah. We can get into it fine. We just can't remain in it because of CTDs and some other graphics issues.
I see.
Although a lot of they're not stutters. They're more like hangs, pauses. A lot of those are gone now. Freaking screens still jitter and judder around, which is annoying as fuck.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Just to sidetrack a little, I just got done outfitting the hammerhead I purchased the other day. I think it might be fun to go take that thing out, crude up, and see what sort of havoc we can cause.
Yeah, we can get enough people.
Yeah.
You're going to need 6 people, plus the pilot.
Yep. Plus, I could use somebody to actually show me where everything is. I got lost in that thing.
It's a big circle, big oval.
Yeah, I kept finding turrets. I couldn't,
Yep.
for the life of me, find a bridge, though.
Just draw yourself an oval. Mark the bow, mount the stern, mark the bar and I can't talk. Mark the bow and the stern, and on both sides, on the starboard side and the port side, just give it 2 arms and 2 legs, and that's it. That's the whole ship. And on the back, on the aft end, mark, like a tail, so you know that goes into the engineering section. And then at the bow, make yourself like a little elevator marker or something, because you go to the bow and you get the airlocks. When you see the airlocks at the bow, just turn around and right there's the elevator for the bridge.
Yeah, I did see multiple elevators.
Yeah, there's 2. There's one on the starboard, one on the there's one on the starboard, one on the port. Those take you out of the ship, so you can mark those on your oval. And then in the rear of the ship, the aft end, there's the cargo elevator, so you can draw a square back there, and then give it a tail, because that's where you go to engineering. And then on both sides, there's a turret, 2 turrets, one in the aft and one in the fore. And then all the way forward is the airlock, right out the nose of the ship. That's its nose. And if you turn around, while you're standing in front of that, turn around, and right there's the elevator for the bridge.
Okay, I found it. It is not called the 160F like what I have. It's called a Specialty Hornet Size 5 Veripuck mount.
Yep.
There you go.
And it's available at ARC L2, L3, L5, Orison, Yella at Grim Hex, her L2, Mike L3, the jump points, Terra, Pyro, and Magnus.
So in other words, all across the known solar system.
Yep, it's a special mission weapon mount for flash fire systems.
Yep.
Designed to allow a Hornet to attach weapons one size smaller than the hardpoint.
Yep. Believe it or not, the Cutlass had that too, and they removed it, which pissed off a lot of us owners.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell, I found out something about the Cutlass I didn't know about, but the Cutlass Black has a tractor.
It's got 3.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it. I've had one, but I've never used it.
Well, the tractor beams just came in, so
Yeah.
it didn't have its tractor until recent. But it's got,
okay.
but it has 3 of them.
It always had a remote tractor.
No, it hasn't. We just got tractor beams in the game, not 2 months ago. It's also always supposed to have had 3 of them, 2 in the front, 1 on the rear. But we just got tractor beams in the game 2 months ago.
I was using it months and months and months.
No, you weren't, because it wasn't even in the game.
Yeah,
No, you weren't. No, they just added it to the game. It came in the game with the SRV.
I think Malachi's calling bullshit on that one.
Yep, I am, because the SRV...
I purchased it. I tried to use the tractor turret to move a stuck vehicle. Could not because I was in an armistice zone.
There's no way you can, because the turret itself never existed. It did not exist, and the tractor beam technology was not in the game. It came in with the SRV. What's the actual date the SRV came in?
Let me see.
SRV release date. And that's when all ships that have tractor beams got their Star Citizen, got their tractor beams. It was the same patch.
Yeah, because that's the main thing that the SRV uses.
Yep. SRV, that doesn't say when it was released. SRV,
Okay.
Come on, what's the release date?
I'm pretty sure the SRV was in existence at that particular time, so it's been in work, or it's been in
Well, I
existence
haven't.
for at least
I
3 months.
I haven't flown my Cuddy and not since I got the C1.
SRV release date.
Because the C1, that's the big selling point on the C1.
Correct.
Was the big tractor beam.
I don't want that. Nerf version 1.6. See, master gameplay included. 4. I don't want that.
Alright, I'm going to go to ARC L2 real quick and get one of these specialty ball turrets.
It was added. Tractor beams were added in Alpha 3.21.2. Alpha 3.21.1. And it was player obtainable and added to ships that were sold as having a tractor beam.
Yeah.
So a few months ago.
I just never know.
Yep, a few months ago, just like I said.
Yep, I just never knew that the Cutlass Black had tractors.
Yep. Yeah, it's got 3 of them, but the front 2 have not been added at this time, for whatever reason. They'll probably wait until it goes through its rework.
Used them a few times in the Black, but the point is...
No, you didn't, because they're not even attached. They're not even in the ship.
You want me to pull a ship and show it to you?
They're not. Those are not the tractor beams. The tractor beams, trust me, in ETF we have had this discussion with SIG about when and where and how and what they're looking like. They are not even attached to the model in the front. That's why we didn't get them with the rear turret. They're not even attached. They've never been there. Ever.
Okay.
So you can argue till you're
yeah.
blue in the face, but they never existed. There was no turret in the back or the front. None. Zero. Zilch. And that's a fact. If you don't believe me, ask Sig. And it says right on the web, it was not released until an actually released tractor beam on the Cutlass Black until 321.1. I mean, it literally says that.
Oh, you asshole.
I am not.
No, not you. The asshole that pushed me out of the way so you could get up the stairs.
Tell you what, when I get a chance, I'm going to hop in the cuddy. I'm going to activate and haul something with that tractor that doesn't exist.
The one in the rear or
I'm
the
gonna
one
take a
two in the front?
screenshot, the one in the rear.
Well, I know the one's in the rear. I just told you that. It was
That's what
added.
I've been telling you the whole damn time. It's
No,
sitting
you
in-
said you've been
sitting
using
in
it
the-
longer. You said you've been using it before it was added to the game. That's what you
I
said.
I've been using it from the co-pilot ever since I've owned the Black, and yes, I have.
When did you buy the Black?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look at the date. Somewhere around 3 to 6 months back.
Okay, well then if you bought it 3 to 6 months back, that fits what I said. I said a few months ago. But the way you said it the first time was you've owned it for a long time and it always had it. That's how you said it.
I said it's worked since I got the Cuddy Black.
Right. And the first two tractors on the front do not work because they don't even exist.
Never seen tractors on the front.
There are two tractors on the front. Go look it up. They're not on the ship.
Yeah.
Just look up in the information.
The M2 tractors also work.
Yeah, they should.
Used all of the cargo turrets or tractor turrets.
Yeah, every ship that's supposed to have tractor beams. The Taurus, the Hull series, all ships that had a tractor beam, or were supposed to, got their tractor beams in 321.1. That's what I said.
Yeah, I've used the one on the Taurus.
Yep.
I just didn't know the Cutlass Black had a tractor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. It's got two in the front too, which they didn't add, and the reason is because they've not developed the turret yet for them, and the Cutlass has not gone through its gold pass at all, so that's why it doesn't have a toilet. So when that happens, that's when they're planning on adding them if they do stick to what they're supposed to do. You know how that kind of thing.
Yeah, I
The
love
only
how you said that.
The only ship that really has a fairly functional tractor turret, is the Spirit,
Yeah, the C1.
Why?
because it can traverse and actually place stuff inside the cargo area.
So can the Connies. So can the Scorpius.
Well, okay.
Um,
All the others I'm familiar with. That's
Yeah.
not the way that they work.
The Taurus I've used to load the cargo bay that comes down.
The
I've
C1,
used
of course.
the Taurus, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've used the Taurus tractor.
Yeah, see, the Cutlass tractor beams are supposed to be used to assist in pulling up a damaged vehicle. And the front are supposed to be used to stop an enemy ship for bounties, stuff like that. So the black and the blue are supposed to have tractor beams. The back tractor
Right.
beam is supposed to be for recovering, like a damaged small vehicle. They're not
Right.
actually for moving cargo, but you can use them for moving cargo. The articulating ones are on the articulating tractor beams are the ones that are on cargo ships in the game now.
Right.
That includes every cargo ship. I can't remember. I haven't looked actually. If Reclaimer got its articulating ones or not. I'd have to go look. Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. It did get it. The Reclaimer does have them. So does the Vulcan or Vulture. Not Vulcan. Vulture, because Vulcan's not out yet. And what's the other one? Oh, Starfare does not have its yet because of the design they've got. They're going to rework the whole design apparently, which kind of sucks because I like the way it's designed. What's the other old ship that got its tractors? There was another one too. I can't think off the top of my head now. But yeah, that was a big brouhaha when they released it, and everybody was like, "Where's the tractor beams on the Cullis in the front?" It's like, jeez. And that's why Sig came and answered it, because, you know.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy, though.
Yeah. I thought it was strange at all that it had tractor beams until they explained it.
So
Well,
it's like
any cargo ship, it makes sense to have tractors to assist in loading. But
Yeah, that's normal. That all of them do have it. But the Cutlass was what I was referring to. It just seemed, originally it seemed strange that it'd have tractor beams on the front and the back until they explained why. And then it made
Right.
sense.
So my question is, are they going to put a tractor on the Freelancer?
They're supposed to be, but we're not sure which model actually. And the other thing that comes into play is what they're going to do with the MIS. Because the MIS, which is the missile boat,
Mm-hmm.
they took there used to be a console right in the middle of the cargo bay that stood up on
Right.
a pedestal. And they took that out. Well, that console is what's used to reload the missile banks for the ship. I don't know if you remember, if you were here when that first came out, that ship can reload its missile banks on the fly in a fight.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's one of the big selling points. You could fill the cargo bay with missiles and reload them in the fight on the fly.
Oh,
So
wow.
they haven't said if they're going to do it by console like it was originally, or if they're going to put maybe internal tractor beam to load the launchers with, or how they're going to do it yet. But
Right.
yeah. Yep, that ship that's why it's a rare ship. That's why you can't just go out and buy it, because they don't want everybody, certain ships they've restricted, and the MIS is a restricted ship.
I don't know. I think I might have an MIS.
Yeah, a lot of people took advantage of it when they found out about it was a missile boat and it'd be able to reload itself on the fly. I did. You remember what the original one looked like?
Mm-mm.
Had the entrance was in front of the front landing gear, and you came up right behind the pilots, and then it had 6 missiles on the wingtips, one on top, one on bottom, and the wingtip itself, and then you had 4 missiles inboard on the wing, on the top and the bottom.
Oh,
And,
wow.
yeah. And then the internal launchers on the top. And that thing was loaded for bear that way. It was like, wow. Now, of course, it only has some on the wings, and then it's got the 2 internal launchers. And speculation is that it will be able to reload the internal launchers, but not the wings, obviously, unless we do it manually. Stop the ship, land, take the missiles out of the cargo bay, and load them like we do with everything else now. Which makes sense.
Yeah. Dude, this Hornet is fast.
if you think that's fast, you ought to try one of the racing hulls or a 125A.
Or a Herald, which
Oh,
beats
yeah.
them, beats them all. It just can't be used in a race, except for the quarter mile, because
The
it can't
Mirai
turn.
Razor is a fun little ship.
I have the Razor EX, which is the combat model. Pitch black
Oh, okay.
color. Pitch black color.
Huh. A racer
Little-
combat
little-
model.
yeah. They're super teeny little things,
Yep.
but they really go.
Yep. Yeah, it's probably a toss-up between them and M50 and what's the other one?
Yeah, I also picked up
The
an
Gamma.
M50. I put special weapons on it. Oh gads, what are the little white things?
The disruptors.
Yeah, actually they're particle beams.
You talking about the NDBs?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well,
Those
those are-
things actually shred ships pretty well, by the way.
Well, NDBs are not lasers. I thought you said it was laser.
Now, particle beam.
Well, they're not beams.
neutron. They're neutron.
Yeah, they're not beams. There are no beam weapons. None. I don't know why.
I think they call them NVE 30 or 26 or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah, I don't recall. I think the number was 14, but I probably am wrong about that.
They might be one of the small ones.
Yeah, it's a size 2.
Oh, okay.
But those things hit with some authority. Not sure if they drop the shields or if they just ignore them.
I think the MBEs are repeaters, laser repeaters.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah, it's definitely not a laser repeater that I put on it. It's
Well, no, it's
long-
not a. Yeah, it's not a laser repeater in actually
Right.
how it fires.
It
but
fires
it's in
bullets.
Yeah, it's in that group. It's in
Right.
that group of laser repeaters.
Exactly, because there are no lasers at all in the game except the mining laser.
Right. Yeah.
No beams, no lasers. And everybody, SIG says they're not putting them in, and nobody understands why. Because I don't understand why either. I mean,
Come
X4
on, man.
Foundations
You can't have no lasers. Come on, man.
Well, they've been adamant. That's why we still today don't have lasers, because they've been adamant about not adding lasers. Seriously.
No, they're talking about adding it to our 6th generation fighters for knocking down missiles and whatnot.
I can't comment too much on that, but I can say they're not talking about it.
Okay, well, everything I've read, they were talking about it.
Yeah, that was 5, 6, 7 years ago when they were
Yeah,
talking about it. Today, our naval warships, almost all of them have been through a refit. We have, I can't tell you exactly what, but we have energy weapons of various types.
Oh wow.
The only thing
working laser prototypes for quite some time now.
they will, the only one you will find public for the Navy is the original prototype video, but we have more than just laser beam energy weapons now.
Well, what my point is we have lasers in real life, so why
Right.
not in a game?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think SIG thought it would be
Especially
overbalanced.
Especially in a space game where lasers actually work.
I think
a lot better.
I think their excuse was they thought it'd overbalance the game.
Okay.
Because people were using the mining beam to destroy ships right and left when it first came in.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could.
Well, you can't now. You can't now. But
I
instead of,
still want a lightsaber. Give me my lightsaber.
you know, if you could actually honestly make a lightsaber, it'd burn you to a toast before you could even get in battle. Because they're called a plasma. They're a plasma-based weapon. And if you could
Obviously they worked in Star Wars.
well, they're hand-wavium, right? But that's what it is in Star Wars. It's a plasma weapon. And if
They
you did that,
actually made one. They
Yeah.
actually made one. I saw it on YouTube.
yep, using electricity though,
Mm-hmm.
not plasma. You made it from plasma, they'd be toast in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, it was crazy though. I was like,
Yeah. If you've ever used or seen a plasma welder at work, you'll understand why.
ah,
Well, plasma, for one, would not stop at a saber length. It would be a beam that went for however far.
No, because we use them in welders. We have plasma cutters, plasma welders. You can control the beam, but the beam is hot as hell to the point we wear special gear when we weld with them. I don't own one here, but I've used one in the Navy, and I've got people around here that do own them. You can buy them for personal use, but you have to wear special gear when you use the suckers because they are that hot. There's even special helmet for your eyes, more so than an arc welder helmet. And they're used underwater a lot because, of course, they don't go out unless you turn them off. And to do that, you cut the fuel, not the oxygen. They are really freaking hot. I don't remember what it is, but it's measured in kelvins, the top levels of plasma. I don't remember
yeah,
what it is.
it's probably pretty high up there.
Oh yeah, yep. Well, if you're measuring in kelvins, yeah. I would never have a need for one that I can think of. But plasma is pretty cool because if you burn like quarter-inch steel, there wouldn't be anything left. But it's used to burn through anywhere from 6 inches to feet, and I mean feet. When we were down at the missile silo before I retired and reconstruction was going on, they were burning through 32-foot walls of armored steel, A500 steel. And that's how that one tunnel in that one picture was formed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's yeah, you don't mess around with that shit. Plasma is bad news. And you can control distance and all that kind of stuff, so it's pretty wild, pretty cool technology. But anyway, back to ships. We have more than just laser weapon energy weapons now.
Yeah. But I think that's what it is. It's a neutron repeater, the one that he's talking about.
Yep, it's an energy repeater basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's an atomic particle beam, essentially, but not a beam. It's fired in salvos.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Which is why I said it's not a beam, because there's no beams in the game.
I'd need to pull it back up again, but I'm pretty sure it's actually got longer range than the laser repeaters.
It might have. I don't know. I'd have to look them up too. But all of that's changing.
Yeah, the thing hits like a freight train, though.
Well, for now, enjoy it while you have it, because all weapons have been reworked. All of them. Just like the ion I mentioned the other night is no longer what people have now. What the hell?
Yeah, I still think that they're going to catch a whole bunch of complaints.
Oh, Master Modes is going to, yeah, I guarantee you. Master Modes, people are going to just bitch up a storm because it sucks.
Oh, yeah.
If you can't effectively engage in spacecraft in battle, then what's really the point?
Well, what they should have done, and we told them this up front when we first started getting the information for Master Modes back when, before everybody else it was before everybody else even knew about it. And we started telling them back then, and then more so when they announced we'd be testing it before anybody knew. And we told them, this is not going to work. There's no freaking way. And we told them what they could do. The goal was they want to get rid of strafe and jousting. That's what they because a lot of good pilots.
Real physics.
Well, not just that, but you got people in game that can use those to the level that other people just don't have a chance against it. And so they wanted to bring that in so that at least there'd be a fight. Well, what we told them to do was add G-forces and momentum and inertia and gravity and heat and stress to ships, and you'll bring the dogfight in.
Physics.
Yeah.
Yes.
They didn't do it. Instead, they went with this master modes bullshit, and it makes no sense at all. None. And I know there's very few people I've seen that say anything about liking master modes, and the few that I have seen are they're doing that fanboy kind of, you know, about their oh, I love it, it's great, it's awesome, there's nothing wrong with it, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it turns flight into.
I'll reserve final judgment call for me until I've actually had a chance to see what it is.
Yeah, I said the
and
same
what
thing.
The real release thing is.
Yeah, and I've done the same thing all these years of testing and stuff. I do the same thing, and then we got it, and
Okay.
it was one of those. We were right. And the moment it took 10 seconds to switch modes and watched my shields go instantly to 0 and my turrets all turn off while I was under attack, and I could only fly at a certain speed, it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. That was, and I showed in a battle that I didn't even initiate. A guy came up, whoa, 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 dumbass, pay attention. I was doing my own thing explaining 323, and we got attacked. It's on video. And it proved right there to everybody exactly what I had been saying. It was a mess. Because I'm trying to switch modes. We're trying to find the target who's just throwing missiles right and left. And I'm having, they're like, well, escape. So I've got 10 missiles coming in now from whoever's out there shooting at us, and you want me to change nav modes, which takes 10 seconds, and then after that 10 seconds, I can start to look for a nav point, because you can't see nav points in SCM mode anymore. And once I find the nav point, then I have to wait for it to spool up, and all that time, while these missiles are incoming, you have no defenses, no shields. It's like, so then I switch back to SCM mode because at least there I've got defenses and shields, but I can only fly at 200 ms max speed. That's it, 200 ms. And you put down your landing gear and you drop to 30 ms max speed. Now, of course, in combat, you're not going to drop your landing gear, but 200 ms, and that's it. So I'm sitting here spinning in circles looking for this guy that's lobbing missiles from, 5,000, 6,000, whatever away, and just had to suck it up and fly defensive, which I did. Survived it on video, but it just proved the point to a T. It was like, yeah. And I was in a Corsair, and I had said before, while people in fighters and stuff can probably get through this, maybe even escape, whatever, that's not the problem. The problem is for the people that are in cargo ships, mining ships, salvage ships. Those are the people that are going to be in trouble with this.
Not to mention capital ships.
Well, capital ships are a different thing. Now, capital ships, they haven't said if they're dropping the shields because it takes minutes to power a shield up. But we'll find out, I guess, soon.
Capital ships would probably take longer.
Yeah, they will take longer. But they're also going to have, more defenses, as long as they add the point defenses they're supposed to have. Why is this not... Huh. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be a mess. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
But we were kind of expecting it to be a mess the way they were, you know, hyping it up and not delivering.
Yep. No wonder I couldn't break it. It was already broken. That's weird. I just found an entire asteroid that was already... This was a full asteroid that I could just pick up. I didn't have to break it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It wasn't like a chip off of one. It was a full-size asteroid. And it had gold in it.
That's...
A little unusual.
Yep. Now I just find one more to fill the last parts of my cargo bay.
I did notice something interesting about the F7 Mark II and the F7, the original one. There's 4 screens in the Mark I.
Yep. And only 2 in the Mark II.
Yep.
That's the other thing that we've been bitching about. They did the same thing with the Scorpius. And it's like, what about, because they just fanfared the fact that we could do tactile controls and use the MFDs, and now they're removing the MFDs. It's like, and then you get people coming, well, you're going to get 2 more in your helmet HUD. I can't reach up and tap those, you moron. I can't change the display of them. That's what the MFDs are for.
Stuck what they are. Yeah, they're stuck with whatever they are.
Yep. It's just, it's like,
They probably had some reasoning behind why they made the change.
Yeah,
Most
they want to put
likely
everything in the HUD.
It's most likely it's graphically expensive too.
No, that's actually not. That's the point. It's graphically expensive for the HUD because it's all transparent, function, blah 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 blah. To put a little display in a texture like they are now, that's not that hard to do. That's actually real simple and easy. But they want, whoever made this design change with the UE decision, wants everything in this floating Iron Man style display. They want everything to go that way. And it's just, and that's part of the other problem is they want to go that way and we still can't change colors or hues or bright or contrast, even with 323. And that is becoming a problem for, it's going to become a problem for SIG if they don't fix that sooner than later. Because the ADA in the United States is real. And you're going to get me and many, many others hitting them with that if they don't start paying attention. Because there are literally people that can't hear, people that can't see certain colors, color blindness. My damage is combat damage from explosion, but I have trouble with certain colors that are backed up by certain colors. I can't even see them.
Well, it's like my wife.
There are HUDs I prefer over the others for the clarity and the noisiness of things.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife.
Like
she's deaf. Well, not deaf, but almost deaf.
I think I told you what happened when they first entered in the security stops, right? In the game.
What's that?
You're
talking about the what they're saying?
Yeah, you know, when the security stops, you know, when you get stopped by security and scanned, when they entered those in, it was all verbal. So hundreds of backers, well, probably thousands of backers suddenly were getting massive crime stats, thrown in prison instantly because they couldn't hear. They were deaf. And
or they turned down the volume in the game.
No, they didn't. You're not following me. The backers were deaf, literally. There was no caption.
Okay.
There was no caption.
Right. They didn't know that they were being
correct.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is you can turn down volumes in the game, and you also would not hear.
Well, that's true, but that's not the point. The point is, even if the volumes are up, a deaf person can't hear them. That's covered under American with Disabilities Act.
Yeah,
So
how about if you're flying into land and you're an external view, you also you get 0 warning.
correct,
there.
correct.
There's no screen warning, there's no audio warning,
Correct.
there's no nothing.
But the problem is, third-person view is not the primary game mode view. So as long as they cover it in the primary game mode view, the ADA is they're covered. That's what they have to do. The primary game mode view, which is first person. That's what the game is based on. That's what it's advertised as, the whole 9 yards. So anyway, all these deaf people posted suddenly, and the rest of us, we're like backing them up, saying, "Hey, you can't do this." And what we're guessing is Chris Roberts got that message because 24 hours later, they had added closed captioning.
I think the server's getting ready to go tits up.
Oh, working for me.
Yeah, it's working for me too.
I just had a huge hiccup and half of my cargo boxes started floating off the floor.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't had with this server that we got into. I haven't had any problems at all. The first two though were.
I'm pretty sure this one's getting ready to die.
Well, numbers.
We'll see.
The numbers don't show it. It's at 5 and 6.
On a different server.
Which chart are you on?
I haven't the faintest.
Do they are display info?
Yeah, hold on.
But yeah, anyway, R underscore display info space 2 or 3. Go to 3 just to be safe.
Gives me blue brackets. Here we go.
R underscore.
R underscore display info, all one word.
Space 3. And close the console.
Equals.
No, not equals. Not equals. R underscore display info space 3.
That's exactly what I typed.
In console.
I hit it. Yes, in console.
Okay, and?
Like I said, it gives me a green return that says R underscore display info space equals 3 space blue brackets. And
well, then you're mistyping it or something, because that's what it is. It's R underscore display info space 3. That's what you have to type in. Exactly.
That's what I've done twice.
Well, it works perfectly fine for me and everybody else playing. Check for spaces that are not like in the front and the back. Make sure there's no extra spaces. Here, I'll type it in chat just to make sure what I'm saying is what you're thinking as well. General discussion, R underscore display. Oops, gotta type it right. General discussion, that's how you type it. Doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. Now, if that doesn't work, then something else is going on. Because that's the actual command. What the hell?
Oh, if I close the console afterwards, I get info.
Yeah, that's what I said.
All right, session shard.
Line 3.
Looks like ends in 210.
Okay, you're on a different shard then. US, what is it? Use 1C? US 1C? It'll be middle of that line. Pub and U.S.
Yeah, no, 1C.
So it's U.S. East Coast 1C. And Shard 370 is ours. And it's running great. I mean, you can join on us because our server's at 8 FPS, which is better than 5. And DWin is fine. Ping's bouncing all over the place again.
Looks like it's settled. It's behind down. I'm able to do this. I'm in the middle of crunching ships, so leaving right now is not the best plan.
Are you trying to build up your capital?
Oh, I've been building the capital. Had a run this morning, 4.4 mil. Night before, 6.6.
Oh, nice.
Day before that, I took the boys out, and each of them took home, well, Rockminer took home over 3.5 mil probably.
Yeah, I just got
keep
myself
offering to
M2.
Keep offering to give people money, but nobody seems to want to put the time aside or has the time.
Well, I'm free now because I'm done with my mission. So I had to get that one mission done.
Right, and there's some of the people here are just not interested in money. I mean, that's a fact. I'm one of them.
Yep.
I don't care about the money.
I just want to get some money together to get the ships before they become extremely expensive.
Yeah, and that's why I'm doing some stuff too, just to get a little bit extra in the bank while we can, because after this, it all changes for everything.
I dropped about 45 to 50 mil on ships the other day. Already built probably a quarter of that back.
Oh,
I just dropped 5.2 on a M2, and well, it pretty much bankrupted me.
Zeroed out the account, did it?
It got close.
I always tell people if they're going to buy an M2 or a C2, make sure that you have at least a mil extra. Probably 1.4 is a better plan.
Well, yeah, I only had 5.3, and it was 5.2 something for the ship. So.
Yeah.
But Malachi gave me a little bit of help there, and
a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
I gave you half a mil.
I know.
I helped Rockminer get into his C2 and get his first cargo run going, and I helped a couple of the other guys do the same.
A little bit. I'm just gonna have to start calling you Biden. You know. That's what I mean. You know.
Who was it that claimed I built the internet? That was Eeyore. Al Gore.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the phrase that Biden did today. Was it today? Or was it today or yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah. President Trump is going all out to make it for trying to prove that we're inept, or how did he say that again? God, now I can't remember the line.
The thing I remember was that he was talking about anyone who wants to basically take us on, don't.
No, that's
all he said.
No, it's a new. No, it was one where he said we are corrupt. Instead of saying Trump is corrupt, he said we are the corrupt one. Trump is trying to make us out to be the corrupt ones when we all know that we are the ones that are corrupt, or something like that. It's like, oh my God.
That's a Freudian slip right there.
Yeah, but he's doing it all the time. That's the problem.
Oh, that's our dysfunctional leader.
Yep.
He is such a bozo. I don't know how he ever got in office.
I do. 70 to 72 counties in the state of Wisconsin.
And a bunch of dead people.
Yep. Not dead and in nursing homes. My dad was one of them. We had two separate sheriff's departments prove on live TV, showing the evidence and everything before Democrats could stop them, the evidence showing fraud in the state of Wisconsin, which is why 3 weeks ago this state voted 2 new constitutional amendments. One, no outside money whatsoever in our elections, and the second one, no one could touch a ballot unless they were actually an employee of the Wisconsin Election Commission from now on. Both voted yes. They're now part of our Constitution. And what infuriates...
the brouhaha with Arizona and the number of things that they caught?
I haven't heard much about Arizona. I've been concentrating on Wisconsin. But wait, hold that thought. I got to go. Wife just drove up. So hold that thought.
Okay.
85 frames a second currently on this server.
It's not bad.
78, 82. Yeah, it seems to be behaving itself at the moment.
But yeah, so I had to get those that one mission because I was going to hate myself if I didn't get that one mission done. And I missed out on a free token to go to a military F7A. But now I'm just trying to make money, so
Be a few more minutes. We're discussing the situation with the dog. Oh crap! It disconnected
okay.
me. Damn it! Freaking disconnected me. Whatever you
Of
do,
course.
don't change servers because I can get my ship back if I get back in the
Okay.
server with you. So a few
All
more
right.
minutes.
Hello?
So, looks like the server issues I was having is actually an internet outage in my area. See if they get it fixed in any particular time. They say it's a known outage in the area. They're usually pretty good about getting that stuff done. We'll see. Meantime, I think I'll just drop off. If I get back on, you'll see me. Otherwise, won't.
I'm sorry, I missed all that.
So if the internet comes back on, I'll get back in and you'll see me. Otherwise, you won't.
Okay.
So at this point, I'll say goodnight. Talk to you guys later.
All right. Well, have a good one, man.
You too.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay. Centurion came on earlier,
Yeah.
and he said he was having connection issues, so he's probably going to call it a night.
Yeah. Yeah, I was here when he came on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get into your server now so I can get my ship.
Yep.
Did you get anything accomplished?
Well, I'm trying to get my vulture set up so I can go out, maybe salvage some or something like that. Didn't really accomplish a whole lot.
We're on the channel alone. Okay. I'm going to kill this stream because